I don't ever remember not having a ball in my hand. Baseball just, it just seemed like something that I've always had around me. One day I get a phone call and it's Coach Hall, and he says, Doug, we'd like to talk to you about coming to the University of Kentucky and playing basketball. And I thought, all right, I'll play along. It's got to be one of my friends who's imitating Coach Hall or Coach Rupp, which all of my buddies did. So I said, Coach, I've been waiting for this phone call. I said, I just got off the phone with Coach Wooden at UCLA, and I kind of thought this call would be coming pretty soon. And I hung up the phone. And so the phone rings back in a few minutes, and I hear my dad say, hello? Yeah, Joe. He did what? I don't know. Yeah, we'll be home. They had 4 scholarship guys. They needed a point guard. They asked me if I'd come over and play basketball. And you talking about a fun year. Wow. I mean, you got the #1 team in the nation that you practice against every single day. Here I am at 5'8". I'm on the team playing. And it was a great year. And then I was on the baseball team. I didn't get to play very much because basically there were guys that were better than me.
Now collided in that Houston-San Francisco game with. Clean him up a little bit. He's concentrating and actually using more fastball. But that one is stroked into right center field for a base hit.
So, it's kind of weird how I got to professional baseball, because if you had seen me play in college some or younger, you'd have said, there's a lot of guys that were a lot better than I was. And it's true. Some friends wake me up at 8 o'clock in the morning and said, we're going to go try out for the Cincinnati Reds. I went, sure, why not? The friends thought a whole lot more of my ability than I did. So we go to try out, and they said, Doug, you go first. Okay. And so I go out and I run the 60-yard dash. I take a few ground balls at shortstop, take a few swings. The scout comes over to me. His name was Chet Montgomery. He said, do you have a baseball uniform? Yes, sir. Could you get it? I'd like to see you in Frankfort, Kentucky in 2 weeks. Now, this is a process that's over several months. They asked me if they can come down to Lexington. They want to watch me work out one more time. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm either so bad they're filming this and they're showing it to their friends going, look at this clown, he really thinks he can play pro ball. Or there's something there that's kind of intriguing to them and they want to see me one more time. Turned out it was something they saw, so a couple of scouts came here. They brought me on this field. We're here at Southland Park. And they said, we want to see you one more time. So they sent me out to shortstop, made me take some ground balls, and then they had a guy throw me a few that I hit. And when it was over with, the scout looked me right in the eye and he said, what would it take for you to be a pro ball player? And I said, how about a Coke and a hot dog? And I got a Coke. And then I got a chance to be a pro ball player, and 3 years later was in the major league. So, hard to believe 11 years in the big leagues have gone. They went by fast too. I tell you, good job that time by E-Step, because he did not get a good feed from Ritter. Normally sure-handed shortstop just kind of lollipopped one over to him. He's waiting on it. He does a nice job of getting rid of it. That's close. They may take a look at this one. Growing up, I've always, loved everything that went on here at UK. And now to be back here and calling the games for, we don't know how many years. We can't even figure it out. I have fun being who I am. I can bring my perspective as a former professional player, also as a college player, and with the COVID stuff going on, it really hurts that you can't get down on the field, because one of the fun parts about broadcasting is to get down on the field and talk to the players and hang around the batting cage. And I try not to be negative at all. I try to be as positive as I can, but also I think there's times where it can be a great teaching moment as well. I've always felt like that if you have any kind of position or title or recognition, that you can have an impact and an influence in giving back. When I first came home, I did a lot of work with kids. I had a program that Governor Collins started called Champions Against Drugs, and I did that for 9 years, where I would go around and talk to kids, not just about drugs, but life choices. And then I started getting involved with other things like the Children's Charity Golf Classic, which has raised over $17 million in 40 years. And it helps thousands of kids every year in central Kentucky and basically all over the state. Now it's just mostly with military. I'm involved with something called Hope for the Warriors, something called USA Cares. And these are 2 programs that are really doing a great job helping our military people. Somebody once told me, said, mine's going to say 1951, and then there's going to be that dash, and then it's going to be whatever happens after that. what's that dash really going to say about your life? The things that have happened to me are not because of me. Why did I make it and somebody else didn't? I just think, you know, God blessed me with putting me in a position that I could do the things that I enjoy doing. I mean, He already knows the desire of your heart, so He knows I like to play ball. I continue to play. I don't take any credit for any of it. I'm just thankful that it's happened. And the least I can do is to try to give back to those who've helped me get there and to others who may want to get there. And so how to be remembered, you know, just he was an okay guy. He was an okay guy. You know, I don't, that would be all right with me. Mm-hmm.